But that's okay. Was this a good episode of the podcast? What did we talk about today?
Today on Economy of Nothing,
did we say like, subscribe, share, review, do whatever you got to do? I think it worked. We got a lot of subscribers.
Do. Like, subscribe, share, review, do whatever you got to do. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Economy of Nothing podcast. I'm your host, Mike Allen, aka the man, the myth, the legend, aka Mr. Green, aka Business Mike. On this week's episode, we're going to talk about producer notes from the last week's show, the new Pokémon and how it kind of sucks, Tron Ares and Jared Leto and how he is just a mystical being but somehow cannot bring anyone into the box office. We'll also possibly talk about Daniel Day-Lewis and how he sucks. The Substance, a decent movie. Or we might move into some horror, aka The Conjuring, Last Ride, or Black Phone 2. Who knows? On this week's episode, I'm followed with my co-host, Mike Bedont, aka the Kanye West of cartooning, aka Captain Tracy. Mike, say hello.
Like, is the actual answer, Mike, that what we should be doing is like a live radio? We're radio, right? We had that thing a while ago. We're like, we are radio, right?
Yeah.
And now we're radio. This is live, baby. I mean, I'm going to edit it, and you're not going to listen to it for a while. And like, if we had done this right, you wouldn't listen to it for like 6 days since it was recorded and stuff. So I'd have but
you know, if we would have done this right, we would never stop doing. On an unrelated note, I think we were like 10 years early to the podcasting trend.
Like, could you for once maybe just get in at least behind a trend slightly and promote the podcast that we're currently doing? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes. Hey, everyone. Everyone. Welcome to the economyofnothing.com. Go there and like and subscribe. Go to the Economy of Nothing Patreon page. Please support us. We need more money. Also, what else do we got, Mike? We're creating a cartoon show, theeconomyofnothing.com. Check out the Codex. Look at the characters. We're on Instagram, probably not yet, or Facebook, probably not yet. But we will be one day, whenever we get some time. We also have a Gmail. Mike, rattle that off for me.
economyofnothing@gmail.com. economyofnothing@gmail.com. Go to economyofnothing.com. Of course, as mentioned, economyofnothing.com/codex to find out all that fun information. You could click the Codex button. We have a live button there, Mike. We should start doing more live things if you hadn't heard that yet.
Yes.
And, you know, everything you said is great. Look at this. The featured character of the week is Lance. We should do something about that, Mike. We should feature a different character this week.
It's been
I don't have time.
Lance has been the featured character for like 4 months.
No. Look, everyone. Hey, everyone. Here's our call to action. Go to economyofnothing.com/codex. Click on humans, creatures, robots. This is a weird order for them to be in. How about just pick a human? Pick any human you want. You'll see what a diverse group of humans we have. Pick a human.
Pick a human and comment, and we'll go over it. Whatever you want.
If you give us money on Patreon, you can have this fictitious...
You can have this one-of-a-kind fictitious NFT that we probably haven't created yet, or have.
You can have look at your screens right now. Look at these characters. Look at them. I mean, I'm that one, obviously. Where's Mr. Green? Oh, Mr. Green's an alien.
Green's
That's right.
An alien.
My God. I don't like that you're segregated like this on this website.
It bothers me too. I never brought it up, but it's just like when you're looking for like a main character and you're like, I'm not even in the main character. Oh, it's just humans. Oh, yeah. But I am an alien in the show.
This is something we do need to talk about with the cartoon, as maybe we've impressively changed to a different art style and maybe we haven't.
Let's talk about producer notes. Let's do it.
I was thinking the show needs to be more on its face, right? Yeah. Like the Codex is too many layers of irony deep for a thing that like no one but us knows about yet, right? We need to peel back the layers of sarcasm to a point, right? Like I think we're like, this is the Codex for like season 3 or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Or something. Yes, all the main characters should be at the top of like the Codex page. It should be like We needed more of an out of universe Codex, right?
Yeah.
And this has me have 2 thoughts. Is one, Do you agree? I don't know. Have you looked at the Codex recently? I mean, some of it is fairly old stuff that I put up there in the like old framework. economyofnothing.com/codex.
All right, I'm at the Codex right now on the Odyssey. I'm at the Codex. Featured character Lance, head of communications at the Nothing Corporation. Aliens. I mean, I've seen that you updated some of it. It does look a little bit better.
Yeah, well, like the art, right? Some of the art's still several generations back, right? The captain, if you go to the economyofnothing.com/codex/humans, we should probably cut this part. They go like that's like such an old captain. We're not like even close to that captain, right? And then like the Captain Washington is a just fucking fake as shit stand-in. That's no one. Nothing will ever change about Captain Red Hooks. He's perfect. I don't know. Anyway, like so. Okay. I say that to say that I watched Frasier. Not the TV show, the guy. What's his name? Kelsey Grammer?
Yes.
So Kelsey Grammer was doing a thing, and I don't know, whatever. It was promoting like new Frasier or whatever the fuck, right? And he said there's an old sitcom like trope that you would always do the pilot episode plot again in the second episode in case someone missed it.
Okay.
So, like in Frasier, the first episode is like he moves up there and he's like, dad needs to move in with him and they're having trouble. And like the second episode is his dad just moved in with him and his dad are having the exact same trouble. It's like the same episode again, right?
Yeah.
And like, and a lot of times that was for like, that was for the reasons of you'd shoot a pilot, it would go up with the pilot season and they were like, oh, we'll run that at some point. But then, like, you're kind of starting by showing your audience, like, episode 2, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, then for whatever reason, because obviously I'm not paying for any of the streaming services, I ended up on, like, Pluto looking at stuff, and I was watching Pokemon,
Pokemon. Wait,
the first
we're going into
Pokemon
right now? I thought you wanted to talk about how great we look. I don't know if anyone noticed that Mike updated the animations on the YouTube channel where...
but did we?
I don't know. Did we? Mike Bedont doesn't know either because he's on the time
I think
limit.
so. I think it's going to look good. Anyway, continue. No, I'd love to hear about it. This thing. I don't know anything, sir. I'm but a fool.
So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Mike Bedont has updated us to where we are our in-game characters from the TV show now as the host of the Economy of Nothing podcast, which makes more sense in a show about us. So, he
Mike,
finally did it, folks. Yeah.
I love that you said in-game characters because the thing that like I thought when I was watching Pokemon, and we can go several directions off of this. I don't know why I said it like that. Pokemon is like the very clear thing needs to be that like you want to be number one at the annual reviews, right? That's the like being the Pokemon master, right? They need to want it. And I think it's very simple into like, you just have to sideline we need to start everyone at like a more relatable place to people, right? So Mr. Green.
Can I ask a question? If Pokemon's motto in the universe of Pokemon is gotta catch them all, would the motto of the Economy of Nothing Corporation be like, gotta get all the promotions or something?
Okay, imagine. Yeah. All right, so imagine. I need to pull up Pokemon while we talk about Pokemon for a bunch. But so like in Pokemon, I don't see. I can't pull this stuff up.
Just stop. Let me help you with some Pokemon stuff because you need an icebreaker.
All right, no, so easy. No, so easy. I got you. The two nephews. They're the two ideas of winning Pokemon. Go.
The two nephews are the Rangers from the show? Is that what you're talking about? Yes.
So, like, if we imagine them as, like, two different, like, characters, right? One of them wants to be the Pokemon master or the winner, the captain, the number one guy, because one of them to like be the best battler or whatever, and one of them to do the most science, the most catching of Pokemon, right? And so that's how they're both there, and they both reach the end though that they want to like do the best in the annual review or the game or whatever, you know, we end up like finalizing, right?
Yeah.
And then that means obviously Mr. Green's motivation is the money of winning it, right?
Yes.
Right?
Well,
and then sorry, go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
No,
I don't mean to talk too much.
No. Are we talking about Pokemon and how is it Pokemon? Is how
Yes,
it relates to the show. Okay.
Let's imagine the Moonshine crew of me, Captain Raymond B. Tracy, you, Mr. Green, and then the 2 Rangers, right?
Okay.
The Red Ranger and the Blue Ranger, for the sake of like the idea of 2 Rangers that are archetypically are the 2 Rangers, and in this they're Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, and Pokemon Blue wants to be the best battler and beat the most Elite Fours, and Pokemon Red wants to capture all 150 Pokemon and the Mew, right? They both like to do both of them, right? But like there's 2 kind of like
both of them can beat the
pathways.
Game by doing it different ways.
There are 2 win states. There's not one win state to the economy of nothing, to the game, to the annual review, right? At the Nothing Corporation.
Okay, so if the annual review is, in this instance, beating the Final 4 in Pokemon or catching all 150 Pokemon plus the bonus Mew Pokemon.
Yeah, it's
right?
a BA or a BS, right?
Okay. Okay, so I have Ranger 1 is going to catch them all. Right, and I have Ranger 2 is battle hungry. I'm going to go with Ranger 2, battle hungry. I think that Ranger 2 would have a kind of this approach in the sense that instead of catching them all, I can just catch like one of each type and then level them up completely to a point to where they're powerhouses, and then I can just take on the level 4 and you can beat whatever it is, the annual review as quick as possible, because now you've taken the most optimal strategy that optimizes your time and gets your Pokemon, high level. This is assuming that you don't have any setbacks, though. I mean, this can work, but it's assuming that this Ranger 2 is kind of taking the strategy as someone who would have played Pokemon the game at least once before, right? Because I don't think anyone coming in naive to a Pokemon Game Boy game or whatever would take that strategy unless you've played it once before, right? So would we say that Ranger 2 is more experienced than Ranger 1 in that regard? Maybe?
Okay. Yes. So here's the thing.
And I don't know if that's what you wanted. I just kind of rolled with it.
No. That's good. So you think which one should be the more experienced one? The one that wants to capture all the Pokemon, or the one that thinks that you just need to win the game with the most points or whatever?
I think the one that has the best chance is Ranger 2, because Ranger 1 that's a much more time sink. It could take a long time.
We need to establish which one's which, though. So you think that Ranger 2 has the most experience, the one who wants to battle? Okay, so
who's the older of the nephews? Your nephews are the Rangers in the show.
So my thought would be that the Blue Ranger is, and then I don't care anything past this, is that the Blue Ranger is like defeat them all. Like, he wants to capture Mewtwo because that'll make his team more powerful. And Ranger 2, the Red Ranger, would want to capture Mewtwo because like it's a unique Pokemon that's for science or whatever, right? That's like a Pokemon thing. Or like, do you like Pokemon for battling or for science? Every other reason's evil, but those 2 reasons are fine, right?
All right? I understand where you're coming from, but I just feel that even as watching the show, as watching Pokemon a lot growing up, I don't feel like anyone other than Professor Oak gave a shit about the science.
No. Think about every single iteration, right? And we talk about the original one because that's the one I watched. But like, Ash is the only one that wants to officially be the
he wants
greatest
to do it all.
Pokemon. He wants to be the Pokemon master, right? And that is winning the Final 4. But there's a bunch of one of them wants to be the best Pokemon breeder, and another of them like Gary's also like, but I've also caught more Pokemon than you. Like, you don't need to catch the most Pokemon to beat the Final Four, right? You can beat the Final Four with like one Pokemon. Like, that's not like a prerequisite, right?
Listen. I was gonna look up the lyrics to the Pokemon theme song, but I don't even think I need to. I believe it goes like this: I want to be the very best that no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide, to these Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon. And there's like, gotta catch up with you and me. I know it's my destiny, Pokemon. Oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. And then there's a second line, which I can't remember now because I'm being put on the spot. But there is nothing about science in the Pokemon theme song. There is.
What
clearly,
do you mean?
I mean, there is,
No,
but there isn't. I just think you could argue.
No. But like, okay, in the world of Pokemon is money,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Pokemon's money,
Yes.
right? And like, and in the Economy of Nothing cartoon, like, in like real world, like we don't just say, okay. Most of the time people go, okay, and what we're trying to do right here is most money, right? Usually, until like they're about to fire you or like you're in crunch time or something, right? Usually what you're trying to do is like build a team or like do-da-da, or you know what I mean, right? And
Hey,
you're being well compensated or
All right,
whatever,
first
right?
off,
Like,
Mike Bedont has this Pokemon episode going on in the background, which is hilarious because I haven't seen it in
Would you
forever.
like- would you like
no,
to
keep it
stop
on, keep it on.
recording?
I would just like to say it brought up some good points. Within the world of Pokemon, I don't give a fuck about the Blue Ranger, Red Ranger anymore, but in the world of Pokemon, here's something I've always wondered. The idea of being anybody in this world of Pokemon is to catch the Pokemon, battle them, use them as a career starter, right? But at the same time, some of these Pokemon are also like chickens and roosters that, wake you up on the farm. Like, at what point, how do you determine a wild Pokemon versus a Pokemon that actually has a real benefit to, I don't know, society? Like, are some of these Pokemon being milked for their milk? Like, I mean, I just don't think that is like a Rattata, right? Like a Rattata, common Pokemon found out in the field. It's a rat. But like, some people capture them and train them to evolve and be really good at fighting. But at the same time, like, aren't rats necessary in this world of
I think
Pokemon warriors that are also part of the ecosystem that help plants and stuff grow and crops? Like, they don't make any delineation between the two. Is my point.
I think they're right, and I think this is a point. I'll just have to make it now. I'm gonna have to suffer through needing some water, but we're gonna do it. So like, this is a thing that I couldn't help but think while I was watching it, and while I was watching the new stuff for the new video games of Pokemon, and like, why they'll never be able to do it, right? It's not about the fact that like they won't voice act it or whatever, right? It's like, as these games get more and more realistic, it becomes more and more like about the numbers. And that's like the thing that left Pokemon was like the magic, right? Of like, oh, I caught this Pokemon, and what could it be, and what could it do, and all this kind of stuff, right? And now it's like, I'm there, you catch a Pokemon, it's like, well, that's not the strongest Pikachu. It's like, well, what if I like love it harder and bring it with me all the time? And they're like, no, dude. Like,
what if I love it harder and bring it with me all the time?
It's like, no, there's an absolute number of like speed boosts that each one can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you can't there's no heart in a game, right? There's nothing that you can like do to like, like.
Dude, did you know, not to steer you off
Not
course,
that you ever could,
but there's a
like
theory.
Now it's so obvious.
There's a conspiracy theory. There's an underlying tone to the Pokemon universe that Ash Ketchum is actually a clone of Professor Oak.
Okay. Well, he doesn't, to my memory, have a father. But
he doesn't have a father, or that like he is his father, but like he can't tell him that or something.
But like his, I have no idea. All I know is like, well, as I was watching this episode, I couldn't help but like think about like, oh, it is very like tropey of an episode, and like people like explaining stuff. But I don't know. That's something that I just was thinking about. It's like, you need like. this quantification of like why like objectively I look at these new Pokemon games. It's like, yeah, you can throw your Pokemon out and you can do attacks and like they're more time based and all this kind of stuff. But like, you ever like look at one of these modern video game screens and it's all just like the buttons on screen and they're all just like cooldowns. It's like just how fast can you tap a screen? And like that's Pac-Man, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Like how fast it's all the same thing, but there's no majesty. Like I watched some footage of Battlefield, whatever the new Battlefield thing is, and yeah, it looks better, but like it almost makes it seem like, well, you'll never be able to see anyone in this, right? This is like, yeah, I guess it's more like real life. You're just gonna get fucking shot or like run through a field for a long time till the war's over, right?
Yeah,
like
or just be scared and die due to shrapnel or something. So yeah, it's a realistic war zone.
I know, but like,
yeah.
I don't know, something with like percentages of everything.
So anyway,
right?
What we were talking about, the whole Blue Ranger, Red Ranger, how was that going to relate to the show?
Oh, well then I like in the way that in the show, like imagine like a gang of 4 people on a quest in a Pokemon show, right?
Okay.
And like they all want to get to the end point because the end point of the Pokemon universe is like the concept of Pokemon, whether you're a scientist or a mathematician or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's all Pokemon. It's like, so like Mr. Green wants to get, and in this world, it's all the Nothing Corporation. Whatever you're doing it for the Nothing Corporation. So like the annual review is like the be all and end all of whatever the fuck you're doing, right? Okay. And so we need a reason for all of the characters to want to do well. Mr. Green always wanted to because of the money. Like the Rangers now want to do it because they're kids and like they want to succeed or whatever. And now the captain has to like help them. But like he doesn't want to, but since he has to, what's he gonna do? He's gonna annoy Mr. Green with his morality the whole way, and right? Is like what it is.
I think Mr. Green would absolutely be incentive based here, just in like, oh, I'll get more money. But I think the kids would do it for, they're gonna do it for a dumber reason, and they're like, you get like a gold. Like if you know, you get a gold nameplate for your door or your office at the thing, and like they don't have anything because the captain would always be like, none of that stuff matters. That's just all like shiny. But their brains are wired to want those things. Like they want that more than they want the money because it's just like a hey, egotistical look at my trophies type of mentality, right?
Yes, and for like a character arc for Green, right? Like as like saying like thinking about doing pilots, and then we'll talk about a show we're going to do in the future, but in terms of watching pilots of TV shows, it has me thinking of like, oh, so we need to set up in the first couple episodes Mr. Green's arc that we feel like we've set up off camera. We just have to tell everyone again. This is who Mr. Green is at the start of the show, is all the things we've said. But first 3 episodes, we just have to get him there again. So it's pretty simple. He needs the money, and he's become a guy who's been able to separate his work from his family. And having to work with the kids is like bringing out the humanity in him that like we will find out later he always had or whatever, right? You know what I mean? Yeah.
But how does it start? I think you just start with like him reading bills and being like past due.
Well, yeah. Right. He has no other choice. He needs to keep the captain happy. The only thing the captain wants to do at first is keep the kids happy, right?
Yeah.
But like, in order for the captain to be able to do the jobs that he knows will keep the kids safe, he needs Mr. Green there. So he needs to keep Mr. Green. And so like they all want the same thing, which keeps them traveling together.
Yeah.
But right, like, and also the familial bonds. But right, you need like combined goals. We can't have them fighting the chief goal all the time. We need them wanting the same things in different ways, right? And that's, I think, the key to like the conflict of the show is like honest disagreement of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they always want the same thing. They always want like to get first place and for no one to get hurt. But what does that mean? You know, like
and how do you do it? And what's the easiest way to do it?
And I think we should make, at least in the like first season, maybe every week much more like up and down on the market, right?
Okay.
So like, and so then we can just come up with reasons. Like I think that like each episode is maybe like a day in a week, right?
Yes. I agree.
And like that could stretch out to like if they get stranded on a moon, maybe it's the whole, it's a fungible time, right?
I get you. Yeah.
But yeah,
it makes sense to me. I like it. Anything more you want to add on this subject before we move on to the next one?
Am I just rambling, or how do you feel about what I'm saying?
I do. I just don't know what. I mean, the way I see it, it makes sense. It's kind of like, 50% of what you said I already knew, but like you definitely added context to why and why it's important and how it's going to connect. So yeah, and
that's why we look different, so that we'll be able to storyboard action more quickly.
So that's the reason, and he brings it home. God, I swear to God, sometimes the way I just don't follow the way, because I'm so just. What is the title, of the slide that we're about to go over? And you're like, let me explain it abstractly backwards, and then give you the title.
All right, so I'll do the next one more straight ahead.
He just talked about basically, guys. If you haven't noticed, we're new characters from the show that we talk about, theeconomyofnothing.com. Go check it out, the Codex. You'll see us. Those are the characters of the show that we're making. And this way, a segment of the podcast can actually help create That's all he was trying to say. That's all he was trying to say in a long, roundabout way. But yeah, so hi, everyone. This is Mr. Green. I'm in my new little way I am. I have an Indiana Jones jacket on, and it looks great. And... yeah, I'm green, and I have a voice modulator, and Mike Bedont still looks like Captain Tracy, but with better cheek lines and better hair. Right? Okay, so let's go to the next one. Back to the Economy of Nothing podcast. All right. So
Angle change.
Have you ever what? Have you ever? Let's try this. Have you ever wondered why Jared Leto is in so many things, but is no longer a box office draw? Us too. Tron Ares, the latest in the Tron trilogy installment franchise, whatever you want to call it, has come out. And as per usual, it has flopped, just like the sequel before this. I heard it's a direct sequel to the, Tron Legacy with, all the people that were in that. I can't think of their name. Jeff Bridges and the other two people.
I've heard that it's, once again, basically unrelated.
I heard it connects, but it's like also unrelated.
I mean, like, Tron's not in it, I don't think.
No, Tron's. Well, remember they discussed what Tron was in the sequel.
Did we talk about this already? But yeah,
no. Let's go back. All right, Tron Legacy, right? Okay, Tron Legacy. Jeff Bridges goes in. Tron becomes the evil version of himself, right? Of evil Jeff Bridges.
No, like this is like the fucking crazy thing, man. And I wouldn't want to make this up, because I'm not. So like Tron is the third guy.
Okay.
So Clue or Glue or something like that is Clue, I think, is the bad guy. Is doppelganger Jeff Bridges.
That's evil Jeff Bridges. He's the bad one. And Tron is the third guy that doesn't talk, but it's always like...
He doesn't talk. He's like computer savior man. In the first one, I think I haven't seen the first one in fucking forever. But he doesn't move or anything. At one point, Jeff Bridges at the end is like, Tron, you shouldn't do this anymore or whatever. But Tron's the guy in the faceless. He's the Ultraman of this movie.
Okay.
Or the Black
face,
Noir.
Right? Yeah. Did we see him
henchman.
I think we see him in the sequel. He just talks about Tron, right? At some point.
That is. In Legacy, that's who he is. Okay. I don't think he's in Ares at all, is what my understanding. But I don't know. I haven't seen it. But like what I'm saying is like, Tron isn't what I thought forever was Tron was the fucking name of the game or whatever, right?
I did too.
Until Tron Legacy came out, I thought it was, and like because in Tron Legacy, the name of the game or whatever is Tron, and it's named after the like main action hero of the first movie, who is Tron. But like they don't live in Tron. Like Tron's not like the name of their city or. Do you know what I mean?
It's not the name of their world. Tron is a
like
person.
it's a guy.
Yeah.
Right. It's like
I
it's like
actually
when
forget that actually.
When Batman's not in your thing, you have to call it like Gotham. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like, because if you can't call, I don't know, I don't even know. It'd be like a whole series called Batman, and he just like wasn't there, right? Which I'm sure will come, right? But
okay, here we got the actual Tron in Tron Legacy. Tron is a character in Tron Legacy, but he does not appear until his original identity for most of the film. Initially, Tron is reprogrammed and transformed into the villainous enforcer known as Rensselaer by CLU, the antagonist. Okay, so he's flipped to be the bad guy by the evil Jeff Bridges. So is Tron in Tron Ares? I'd actually like to know.
Did you see it? I forget what we're doing.
Yeah, no, okay. I haven't seen it.
But it is in the thumbnail. Dude, guys, I'm trying to do thumbnails. Oh, hi, internet connection
there's
nothing. All right, let's stop looking stuff up. I feel like
all right, it's fine. It's fine.
But it's all right. Anyway, Tron.
So he doesn't make it. I looked it up. He doesn't appear in the third one. There's actually no connection at all. So you're absolutely right. Not only is Jared Leto in this film as Ares or whatever his name is, it's no longer. It's a film about Jared Leto without Tron in it, but also Jeff Bridges is in it, and also you know what Tron is at this point. Let's really just talk about Jared Leto. That's all I want to talk about. Jared Leto. What happened to him?
So to make a good connection here, Mike, and I'll let you get into the Jared Leto of it. My understanding is the only reason this movie was made was because Jared Leto used his star power to get it done. And you're like, wow, Jared Leto has the pull with people to get like a major movie made. It doesn't seem like he'd have that kind of pull with people. Mike, are you saying that Jared Leto like has some sort of like pull on people that like would be even more devastating than like a box office flop of a movie?
Yeah, I guess they call it a Jared Leto passion project. Here's my thing. It sounds like to me that Jared Leto tricked Jeff Bridges into like also backing him to make this film. I think this film was never going to happen. Because why would it, based off Tron Legacy numbers? And also, nobody cares. Does anybody care about the Tron? Like, the only thing I care about the Tron franchise in general is that Daft Punk did an album on it, and that's about it.
It does seem like, the criticism I did see, like, I guess the genuine criticism that wasn't like Jared Leto, ooh, gross, was like, this is the exact same thing. Like someone probably Red Letter Media, it's probably who it was. They did they like said the like review of like Tron Legacy. Oh, it's been X number of years, and now they've brought back one of the main cast members and switched someone out. And it's like the exact same thing you could say about Tron, this new one, Ares, right? Where it's just like, oh yeah, it's a legacy sequel. The other movie flopped, and now it got popular on the internet, and they're trying again for some reason. You know what I mean? It's the same thing they did last time, and it looks like it's going to fail.
Well, it brings it to the new world. I don't really understand how that is supposed to make it. We need to watch it. The point is, I don't care how the movie is.
Yeah,
I care about why Jared Leto. Well, number one, somehow Jared Leto has tricked a bunch of people to thinking that we all actually like him. Because let's go through his movies, right? From Fight Club till now. I can't go through all of them, but if you look at him, what he did, that Morbius movie, sucked. He was the new Joker in the Zack Snyder Batman.
But he's won an Oscar, right?
What? He's in the band 30 Seconds to Mars. He's in a bunch of films. I know that much. I think he won an Oscar for that drug movie. Requiem for a Dream. I've seen him in a lot of different things, and I got to say, I'm starting to understand why people don't like him. And I found out that he actually is like, it says that he's a cult leader. They play in it as a joke to the press because the press was always saying that that they were a cult, so they lead into it, and they do this retreat where they ask you to the fans or 30 Seconds to Mars to pay like ungodly amounts of money to go to this island in I believe it's oh my god, it's off the coast of Croatia, and I think it's called the Echelon, and they all like follow Jeff. You know, they all follow him around, and this Jared Leto around, and they like kind of worship him. So it's like, is he a cult leader? Maybe, and maybe he did convince people in Hollywood. Maybe because they're part of the cult. I don't know. But the point is, I just don't think that he's ever really been as good as people think that he has been.
It does really seem like, well, you know, it just once you're in stuff, right? You can't get out.
All right. So Fight Club made him cool, and then after Fight Club, we were just like, Jared Leto's awesome, even though he sucks.
certainly, once you've won an Oscar, there's nothing that you can't do. Like Roman Polanski, right? Like he like eats babies after he fucks them or something like that, and like they won't even take his Oscar. Like, no.
Is that
but
true?
Don't you understand? I know that's not true. But like, I think he's gross as fuck. Like, I think he's gross enough. Like, do you know how gross do people have to be, right? Like, is that? Oh, well, if that's true, I'll look into it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, no, don't cancel me. You know.
Not even started.
But,
can't cancel if no one knows about it. No,
no, sorry. Right? No, but it's like, yeah, that's why people campaign for like the reason people are campaigning for Oscars is to like make money, right? Like it's all all money on the back end. Like once you make get an Oscar, you just like. Why won't they say Blade's canceled? Because an Oscar winner was attached to it, right? They can't upset the Oscars.
Who owns the Oscars? Who's like who is in that group of people that gets to make those decisions? Other than like, I know they get campaigned to, but like, do they change? Are they like a board of people that get voted in, or are they just the same people? They're the same old guys from the Muppets up there.
It's the same old guys, and then like supposedly everyone who wins an Oscar gets a vote for the Oscars.
Really?
So once you win an Oscar, you get a vote. Your Oscar available again.
Yeah, but is that the director of the film? To me that makes more sense.
No. I think it's everybody. I think like you somehow get into the Academy. I assume with money or by having won. Right?
Yeah.
That's how you get into the Academy of Arts and Sciences, and then you get to vote on who gets an Oscar. Like, dude, it's.
Yeah, but isn't that? Isn't that like just gonna like? That's why people. That's why they don't want any outsiders in, because they want people to appreciate art the way they appreciate it, right?
No, money. The answer to all of your questions, but like, dude, I think you're like that's the narrative, right? Is like, oh, this is art, but it's like, yeah, this is art because you knew you couldn't make $1 billion. You tried to make $1 billion, and then you were like, oh, it's art. You know what I mean? Like.
Wasn't it all art? Isn't it all art? Though? Some art's better than other.
But then look at the back end on art awards. Do you know what I mean? And be like, oh, winning an Oscar makes you so much money.
So you're telling me?
Explain to me about how it's. So
you're
about
telling me
the
the people that help animated Avatar, or who, I don't know.
No, of course they're not going to get any of the money.
No, they're going to get a vote. Like, it's just got to be the headliners and a director at best, right? Like if you're Ethan Hawke or something, you know, you get, and you're in Training Day, you and Denzel get a vote in the next Oscar and the director.
Yeah, but I don't think their votes count like that. But yes, I think so. I mean, I don't know if the technical Oscars are worth as much. Like, I'm sure the technical Oscars are a subclass of Oscar. I'm sure they let you like vote for Best Picture or animated or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's not the same as what George Clooney gets to vote or whatever. Has George Clooney won an Oscar? Does he matter? Maybe that's why I still know George Clooney is because he hasn't won an Oscar yet. Has he won an Oscar?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
He feels like he's still. He feels like a guy who hasn't yet. He feels like a guy who. It feels like he won for writing or something, and like, but like now he like, you know, he branched out for director because he couldn't get it for actor or something.
Listen, I know I'm not allowed to look on the internet, but if I had to bet, George Clooney won an Oscar for Up in the Air. because they love that. I mean, they love that film.
You know what they love? His supporting Oscar. Why doesn't he go fuck himself? Do you know? Like, have you ever even acted as a leading man? Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't think he has. Ever.
I'm looking at an acceptance speech right here, but again, let's not.
He was in Argo
and
Syriana. It doesn't matter.
He was in Argo?
Yeah, I did not know.
Who was he in Argo? John Goodman and Alan Arkin in that are very funny. Is that Alan Arkin? I think so. Very funny. But anyway, Mike, this can't be what this show is.
Mike, this show is anything and everything. Listen, EconomyandNothing.com. Like and subscribe.
You're so like I've already, the first thing I ever animated of us in 3D in the studio is you looking at your fucking phone. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Mike, how you're gonna hug your children when your thumbs are cramped from hugging Bitcoins and Castle crashes?
Jared Leto, I don't think he deserves as much fame as he gets, because he hasn't really put out anything good. And everything, yes, he's a method actor, like so many others that are claimed to be good, or maybe have gotten an Oscar. It doesn't matter, because I think most of their stuff sucks after that. And speaking of stuff that sucks, Mike, I would like to go on a segment.
Your mom. Oh, bitch. Yes. Got it. Got you.
That was pretty good.
Got you.
Anyway.
Dude, I almost missed it, and then I couldn't think of what to say. And then I was like,
wow.
I was going to say your dad, but then I thought, like, you know what, we're too progressive for that, bud. So, so it's back to your mom.
So it's gone it's full circles back to mom. Okay, cool.
Someone's got to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but anyway, I want to go into who sucks more than my mom, apparently. Is Daniel Day-Lewis, his new movie by his son, and then I can't even say the word. Is it, can you say it?
Hold
nominee?
on.
A nominee?
I had a question about Jared Leto to you.
Oh yeah, Jared Leto, go.
So is it you would know more about popular music than I would, being a cool guy. Is 30 Seconds to Mars
music
like
sucks.
Cool?
Nah, it sucks.
But here's the thing, like,
I've listened to it.
Objectively, how it
listen,
good stuff is probably.
All right, stop. I can tell you. This is how I know 30 for 30, and I'm sorry for all the 30 Seconds to Mars fans out there, but I just don't think there's that many of you. All right, here's how I can I know for sure 30 Seconds to Mars sucks musically, is because I've listened to their best songs on Spotify before to try to understand like this whole Jared Leto phenomenon. And yeah, they're okay, and you've heard them, but you don't remember them unless you listen to them. So that tells me it's a bad song. Like if there's not a time, and I can't tell you a time when I've been out in public or something, and that song comes on, like it only comes on, it's only like, those songs are only ever referenced in other Jared Leto movies. You get what I mean? Like there's
this is my question is,
they're just very like,
is 30 Seconds to Mars a kind of show that a guy who has like media savvy could like sneak into a bunch of like CW programming and shit, and therefore like have like the endings of a lot of CW shows? Like, I don't know. Is 50 Seconds to Mars end of CW show material-esque music? I don't know enough about them to know that question.
I gotta say, like if that's a great way to describe them, I was gonna say, I think a perfect way to describe them is if you took CW show endings and Creed had a baby, that would be them.
Like what I'm saying,
like
have Girls in the Vampire Diaries.
Yeah.
Like have the Vampire Diaries ended with like a bunch of different like shots of people in locations looking at each other while a 30 Seconds to Mars song played. Yeah. Okay.
Like
does that answer a lot of these questions?
I mean, one of their album covers is just like a tiger roaring at you, like jumping and roaring at you. It's very just it's very like I sniff my own fart type music. Just and he's just like doing ballads and stuff.
Like, do you like?
Are you putting a clip
Yeah,
on?
I guess my question. No, I'm not going to do that. My real question was because I don't really like. I'm not like I don't know music, as I always tell people. Like
Yeah.
I was a LimeWire kid. We
I'm
didn't
just
know the
saying,
names of
dude,
nothing.
if Jared Leto, if 30 Seconds to Mars was any good, you could sing one of their songs to me right now. I know all types of music, and I can't sing 1 30-second.
Okay, I can't. I don't know any. I was just question. I just wanted, Mike. I wanted to make sure we talked about Jared Leto enough to make this thumbnail I made yesterday because we're out of time look good. And if we did, and I was able to use it, then I could have it inside the shots, and then that'd be more fun because I hadn't taken the background yet. Now, Mike, the final thing I'll say to you is Morbius, the living vampire. Do you remember in the Spider-Man animated series when he had to suck plasma and not blood because, it was an animated TV show for kids? The economy of nothing.com/shows.
I remember Morbius, the movie, not the animated series, but no, I didn't know he sucked plasma. All right.
And so that's what I did with the thumbnail. I was like, that's weird. Isn't that the same poster they use for Morbius? And it kind of is. In the Morbius poster, his face is slashed like diagonally, and in the Tron one, it's undone. So I was like, ooh, I like doing a shitty Photoshop, Mike. I'm a big fan of a shitty Photoshop.
He's a big fan of it because he doesn't want to put too much effort in. Also, I'm constantly late, so that's probably why. But yeah, no, Morbius, not a good movie. Again, honestly, if I had to say, the best part of Morbius was like all the characters but Jared Leto. Like I thought the Doctor Who brother Gimp guy in that movie was better. Is a better actor than Morbius was. I just dude, for Jared Leto being like, I just hear he's such a douche. Like I heard like on every set he makes everybody call him like his character the whole time. It's just so why you have not done enough good things to ever earn that. You know what I mean?
Here's a transition.
Yeah.
Peacemaker, season 2. Disappointments. Anyway, talked about it. Now we've talked about it. Peacemaker season 2. Maybe it's in the thumbnail. No, but there is big shots at 30 Seconds to Mars. They make a joke about it in the show, about 30 Seconds to Mars second, and then the end tag where they do a longer version of a joke is more shitting on 30 Seconds to Mars.
I didn't know.
So
That's great.
Apparently, plus side of James Gunn. Apparently, he doesn't like Jared Leto. I looked into it. Apparently, James Gunn's been not too kind to him. So I'm like, that's cool. That's good then. I guess, right? I guess put your wife in it instead of this guy, I think, right? I'm into that. Yeah.
That's funny. I did not know that James Gunn also has beef. It lets me know that me and James Gunn would probably be friends. Like he'd be like, dude, I do not like Jared Leto. And I'm like, I don't understand why you don't like him, but I believe you and I will support you.
I'm almost always in favor of a guy who's not in favor of a guy just because
there's usually a pretty good reason. Yeah.
You don't want to take just arbitrarily take a side, but often it's same thing. I never side with management or whatever, right? It's probably the guy that's getting messed with is the guy that's getting messed with, unless there's something objectively bad with that. You know what I mean? It's usually probably people saying bad things about Jared Leto are right because no one's coming out and be like, actually he's dope as shit, right? Sometimes people come out and at least say that, but I haven't heard a good Jared Leto story. Remember those he was sending rats to people and he was like, I don't know who started this rumor, but he also is the one that started the rumor, which I think is so it's you either did it or started the rumor, and either way you're weird. I don't know. Yeah, he seems weird. I don't know.
Egotistical.
So my guess is just deep Hollywood music roots, once you get in there.
That
girl that was on, yeah.
Once you're in there, you're in there, Speaking of people who are in there, I really want to talk about this guy. And I just think we can, if we end the podcast on this guy, fine, so be it. Honestly. I want to talk about people who are not deserving of their fame. And I believe that is...
So rude, Mike.
Daniel Day-Lewis. Now, hear me out why. He's an Academy Award winning.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of movies. Gangs of New York, There Will Be Blood. I think he's in the Passion of the Christ. A couple other ones. My point is he a good actor? I think he is.
I think
he is above average actor. But however, I feel like he is always followed. He's always in these movies that suck, but yet he'll win best acting or best supporting. And my thing is like, that only works so once for me. Like, I feel like you should have to actually be in a good movie to be considered like a great actor. Like, if you're only in acting films about the characters getting to act and just talk the whole time, and I don't know, it just doesn't feel like he deserves as much credit as he does. Like, I mean, Jackie Chan, in my opinion, should be at his level, right? Like, because he can act and do stunts, right?
You know, there is a balance, and at some point we'll have to bring back the real ones test from a Patreon episode before. But we add this to the list of like factors for real ones, where like there's a certain point where you've saturated too much and you're just doing everything, right? But there's also like some people who it's like, haven't you like sucked enough off of this particular teat? Like at some point it's like, hey man, like I think maybe, I don't know, there's only room for like maybe sometimes like one or two guys to be a certain type of guy. And at a certain point it's like, all right, you need to like move on. Yes. Right? But like no one ever moves on, which is, it's like, it's just a proliferation of content because everyone has to keep making movies, right? So it's like, how far down the rung is Bruce Willis's? Well, I mean, it turns out he was doing that because he was losing his head or whatever. But right, everyone, they all do it anyway. Nicholson, all of them, like it breaks out eventually. But it just seems like I don't know where I'm going with this. I've kind of like
you're saying that people that are typecasted stay within their funnel for money because now they're being typecasted and they need more content.
Like at a certain point, like Mike, what you're doing here is you're making my like Tom Brady and Daniel Day-Lewis, right? Like I can't get anywhere with any conversation from anyone when I say, well, I don't think Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time. And people are just like initially like Super Bowls, right? And I go, well, that's not the only metric, right? Like for anything, right? Because then all of a sudden, a guy who has one Super Bowl, is he a better actor than this other guy that has none? They wouldn't make that argument. And that's your Daniel Day-Lewis problem. People, he's the greatest actor ever. Why? Because he wins the most awards. And it's like, okay, but he only does movies that have a chance of winning. He's not taking a risk.
He's not. Like, if anything, it's easy for him now.
He sits around and waits till like he finds the perfect script, and then he studies cobbling for a year, and then like most people can't afford to do that, right? Like
he does study stupid. Like he is like a method actor at its finest.
And if the best acting is like the more you cobble or whatever, there are people who have been cobbling their entire lives who have been acting just about as long as Daniel Day-Lewis. How many of them got fucking casting calls out of this? You know what I mean?
Not many. I don't think. Not many. His new movie, Aninium, whatever is it?
Anonyminium.
I can't say it. It's such a weird word. But anyways,
aluminium.
If you look up what the word means, it means like
it's pronounced aluminum.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make a big prediction on this. That the whole thing is gonna be about Sean Bean's also in it, and it makes it seem like there's a murder or that they were like in a war or stuff. But my big prediction is they're part of the Irish mafia. Like I think that's going to be a thing that's established or something. And I think the thing is that they're gay. I think that's all it's going to be. I think it's going to be this big thing that
does sound very student film.
That sounds such like a Daniel Day-Lewis film. I tell you that much. And it sounds, and I guarantee he only did it because of nepotism. His son's the director of it. Again, Mike waiting. I mean, who's going to be better in making an award-winning film than Daniel Day-Lewis's son, who's probably watched all his films and it's just. I just know it's not going to be what everybody thinks it's going to be because no movie he has ever done is any good, and it ends up being shitty.
Here's the thing, and it becomes this thing where like this guy is set up for anything, like for success. Yep. Like he has a movie that has been greenlit that's going ahead with two actors that are great fucking actors who are mostly just going to be standing there acting,
just talking like around a fire.
How much fucking direction is he going to do? Right?
Yeah,
and like. And it's like, and then this will do well based on none of like, for a first time director with a budget this small, that was like the best thing. He should get a trial at every single other level. He should fail all the way up until he's too famous to not exist anymore, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
it's a problem.
The movie, the trailer, say what you want. Like, watch the trailer again. Mike, play a clip of the trailer. It's just the undertones of it are just like Irish mafia, but
is it this?
What's the movie about the two gay cowboys?
You know what this movie reminds of? Brokeback Mountain.
This is just going to be a Daniel Day-Lewis Brokeback Mountain about the Irish mafia. Quote me now, Mike. If I'm right, then I'm great at this. And I'm looking at it
right now. I can't hear it, but Daniel Day-Lewis's eye acts so well that like I don't need to hear it. But yeah, you know what this initially reminded me of? It's like, oh, this is the lighthouse.
Yeah, but there's a line in it, and he goes, "You're going to hell, brother," and he goes, "I'll see you there," and you're like, you know that they're trying to make it seem like that it's because they killed so many people, but I guarantee it's because they're Irish Catholics sinning.
Dude,
yeah, I guarantee it, dude. It's
how annoying is it that we're like that? It's like it feels like we're like it does feel like we're 10 years ago. It's like, oh man, your twist is they're gay.
I just know it is. What else could it be? The whole trailer is just done by a fire talking, like, and then it'll be like an alone shot in the woods. There's nothing happening in this film. The whole film is about a conversation between two people. That's it.
When was?
And like one of them's gonna be married. What? Sean B will be married, and like,
I'm looking at you.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's gonna be that. I just have this feeling.
It's a combination of Brokeback Mountain and the fake movie from Tropic Thunder with Tobey Maguire and Robert.
Oh my God!
Robert
what was
De Niro.
that one?
The Satan's Alley.
Yeah.
Where it's like this is a little more. This is like obvious.
This is like a serious Satan's Alley.
I mean, I don't know anything about it, but obviously, like.
Are you just watching on mute right now?
I'm watching it on mute right now, and I'm like, oh, man, look at all this.
So now that I've
symbolism.
told you this, Mike's never seen it, and now that I've set it up this way, feel like that at all, Mike?
My understanding historically is that log cabins are very gay coded. I don't know if it's.
There's a lot of wood.
And also, like I think like a lily's like supposed to be. Is that a lily flower? What do you know about flowers?
Well, here's the thing.
But like a lily's supposed to be like, it feels like one of those things like, oh, you think that flower means he's dead, but it actually means love or whatever. I could see that.
So Anenium.
You know what? Maybe this movie will blow my mind. You know what I mean?
It's either going to blow my mind.
You're an asshole.
You look up what like Anenium. How do you spell it? First off, I can't find it.
I don't want to look it up anymore.
I need to find it.
AONNTOVD.
So it's AON. You said AON?
No, I have no idea. I'm going to hit back again. Is this riveting fucking radio?
I think so.
ANEMONE.
Okay.
Official trailer.
All right,
Only in theaters. Fuck, it's been in theaters for like 2 weeks, and we're sitting here on our asses, Mike. Shit. How does that make you feel, Mac? How would you feel if you were 50% responsible for a political, economic, and media review and commentary podcast, and you just hadn't seen this fucking movie, nor could you say the name of it?
Mike, how would you feel if you just want to look it up, and I can't do anything to look it up right now because I just want to define Anenium for me. So okay, it means three things. One, it's a plant. Listen, stop. When I put it into Google. Define anenium, whatever anenium. It's a plant of buttercup family. Buttercup's pretty gay flowers.
Oh, so that's what those flowers
typically
are. Typically
bearing brightly colored flowers, right? Aneniums are widely distributed in the wild, and several kinds of popular garden plants. It's also short for sea anenium, which are those like things that are on top of rocks that move, and it's like, pretty gay part of the sea. Just saying, it's pretty colorful.
Okay,
right?
I don't think this is. I don't know if any of this is true, but continue. I'm watching the trailer still.
I don't know if that's true. And then I think in the Greek word it comes from windflower, and the symbolism the flower is often associated with anticipation, protection, and forsaken love.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably what it is. Huh. Well, I mean, listen.
I mean,
That's
cool.
very.
That's cool. But let's not pretend that this movie, like, it's a trick. Let's just be clear. It's a trick right from the beginning.
Yeah,
They're showing it up to be like, this is going to be a war film. And I don't think that
I wouldn't
that
spend
should,
my
that,
money
how
on
is that?
it. No.
Like, that's a trick.
Is
You're
this
just
what
gonna
we
show-
should do? Is like review trailers and just be like, don't watch it. Fuck them.
I know. I mean, honestly, my thing is, if you're going to shoot that movie, then shoot that movie. Don't trick people into think that they're going to, because the average person's going to look at that and they're going to be like, I think this is going to be a movie about war and like shit like that. And they're going to leave and they're going to hate it because then they're going to think the same thing I think about Daniel Day-Lewis. But Daniel Day-Lewis is going to win another Academy Award. And
it just seems like in this day and age, it's such like an odd way to like when people try and like fool you about what type of movie you're going to go into of like in the day and age of the internet, it just seems like impossible to like maybe The Naked Gun would be funnier if you could go in and not know that it's a parody, right? But like,
yeah, this instance, the Naked Gun remake's a parody of a parody, which Joel, I'm sorry. I tried.
Whoa.
You said it was funny. Joel said the Naked Gun was funny. I rented it for $4.99. I watched the first 30 seconds. I had to turn it off. I just couldn't. Well, first off, I can't watch Liam Neeson fake punch people and it actually feel like he's punching people. Like I'd much rather watch Leslie Graham fake punch people than Liam Neeson at this point.
But you'll watch a stage play. Like I don't want to. Maybe at some point, if it's ever free, I'll watch it. Probably won't. But I don't want to hate on it as a concept. But like, how does it open? I guess would be my question for you. Like
him like dance fighting. I don't really understand. I just remember not liking it, and I remember making a grave mistake. And Mike, keep in mind, I don't pay $4.99 for a movie often. So when I do, I usually stick it through. And I was just like, I just knew I wasn't gonna like it. I just knew it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know what this reminds me of, and I'm sure this is some of like the same-ish people. And if it's not some of the same-ish people, I apologize to different-ish people. Is the Chippendale Rescue Rangers movie from a few years back, where it's too. I've talked about this before. Oh, that's the wrong number of levels of meta, right? Of like, oh well, the Rescue Rangers already kind of meta, like they're already dressed as like action heroes of the 90s, right? The 80s and the 90s. They're dressed like Magnum PI and Indiana Jones, right? So there's already like parody going on there. Mm-hmm. And then like they picked the wrong level of parody to like start theirs, right? Mm-hmm. Of like, they should have needed to like come back as like fast. I don't even totally remember what the movie was, right? But whatever level they picked, it was like, and that's what it feels like to me. Of like, oh, like this movie looks like it's shot too much. It's I don't know. It's the original Police Academy was shot like a movie, and this movie shot like a TV show.
It's shot like a Family Guy TV show. Immediately feels like that. Yeah. But
like, the original one might not feel like it was shot like a movie today.
No, I've seen the original. It feels like a movie.
Yeah, and they tried it originally as a TV show, so you can compare them, and it looks more like a movie. Like, but this looks like a show for streaming or the movie theater, depending on how it tracks with audiences, right? They're shooting all this shit the same because they don't know who they can get. They don't know what they're going to use. They're getting people for like percentages of days and putting them places and having them say stuff and cutting it together, right? Everything's being made like a Judd Apatow movie, right? But Judd Apatow was getting some of the best comedic actors in the world to like hang out together for like a year and a half and like collaborate on a movie, which isn't the same as like we can get Kevin Hart and LeBron James here today, and then like Shaq will come next Tuesday and he'll just do that. You know what I mean? Like, and like we'll just composite people together.
So what you're saying
like,
is a good director like makes their stars hang out versus the directors today they're all just like scheduling people.
Let's take a step back, right? Just talk about like TV, like time. Like part of the reason that like TV shows look the way they do is because you need to use like flatter lighting and you have like more camera setups. So for time, you can't do like good long shots with like harsh lighting on people, because then you'd have to reset all of that stuff to get the back and forth, right?
Okay.
Because you just aren't spending, you're like, it's a cost cut. That's why soap operas kind of look the worst, because it's the widest angles and it's the harshest lights, so that they can just kind of throw the camera wherever and use whatever shot they are you know what I mean? There's no, and it's the same thing when you start complaining about modern movies. Why do they all like this, like Disney stuff? Why does it all look bad? It's like, well, because they're just like kind of holding the camera somewhere around the face or body of the actor and trying to like imagine what's behind them. And since they have to do that, let's just use, you know, a regular-ish length, a default length lens, and then everything just kind of fucking looks the same because there's no depth, right?
Speaking of no depth, this podcast, economyofnothing.com. Like and subscribe. Mike, sorry. Just to let you know, we'll be going, I think, over an hour now. I'm going to have to be wrapping up here, so sorry to disappoint their listeners.
You're going to disappoint all of the fam and the frams. You're going to disappoint the frams, but that's okay. Was this a good episode of the podcast? What did we talk about today?
Today on Economy of Nothing,
did we say like, subscribe, share, review, do whatever you got to do? I think it worked. We got a lot of subscribers.
Like, subscribe, share, review, do whatever you got to do.